Hi guys, and welcome to this weekly horoscope for the first week of July. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to go through each day of the week to see what the planets are doing and how they'll influence us. So from Monday the 1st of July through until Sunday the 7th. And then I'll go through each sign of the zodiac, Aries to Pisces, to give you a specific message for your sun sign. So I've had a look at the week when I was writing the horoscope, and it looks really positive. It feels like a wedding. There's potential to celebrate and to connect with the right people, to be creative. But we also have a strong influence of Mars, and Mars is the planet of ambition and drive. It's in Taurus, so it means you can be very hands-on, and anything that needs a bit of a push, either to complete or to get going, you'll be able to provide that energy. So you operate really well in the realms of relationship where there's unlikely to be a lot of conflict, and you can have a great time. But then you can also be very productive and get things moving and get them completed. So you operate so well on both levels that this is the kind of week where at the end of it, I think you could look back and say, wow, I did all of this. I'm proud of myself, pat on the back. It's really a good, solid, warm kind of week. So on Monday, the 1st of July, it immediately starts along those lines. We have the moon in Taurus. So the moon is your heart, your feeling. In Taurus, it gives you a natural connection to nature, to your own creativity, but it also makes you very sensitive to your environment and to other people. And it conjuncts Mars in Taurus. So if there's something that comes up on Monday and you're immediately like, wow, this seems very familiar, or I like this, or this is something I feel drawn to, trust that it's likely to deliver what it promises. And then the moon also sextiles the sun, which is your conscious identity, what you're moving towards, what gives you a sense of control and power and joy. That's in Cancer, and the moon also sextiles Venus in Cancer. So Venus is the planet of love and creativity and beauty. So those two in Cancer make relationships very important, and the more you can connect with other people, the better. But also, if you think of Cancer in the traditional astrology chart, it rules the 4th house, and that's associated with the home and your roots and what makes you feel like you belong. So we've got water and earth, both feminine elements. So you'll have an interest in connecting with other people, but also different environments and creativity. And ultimately, it's likely that on Monday, you immediately know that this makes me feel like I'm home and it's effortless and easy, and this isn't. So you can make decisions easily by just following your gut on that very simple level. And then finally, the moon also sextiles Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn is structure and security. It's an outer planet, and in Pisces, it's this ongoing sense that the universe loves me, it supports me, and if I listen to my own gut, my own instincts, then things are going to go well. So there's the assumption of things working out here, which is really influential. So the week starts out with this sense of warmth and ease and creativity and connectedness, both to the physical world and other people. If anything in your life needs chasing up or a little push, like you have to make a phone call or send another email or kind of ask for a response, on Monday you do have this stubborn groundedness to get those things done without feeling awkward about it or without feeling hesitant. It's really about, this is the result I'm looking for. If it's not there, if it hasn't presented itself, then of course I'm going to pick up the phone and see what's going on. You're very black and white and practical in your approach here. When it comes to relationships, you're likely to see the best in people on Monday and can enjoy the good times. So Monday is great for love and romance and new connections as well. Tuesday, the 2nd of July, we have the moon in Taurus, forming a conjunction with Uranus in Taurus, and it sextiles Neptune in Pisces. So if there's anything that seems like it's out of the blue or things are a little chaotic or uncontrollable, immediately you'll go within and ask yourself, okay, what does my instinct tell me? What does my intuition say I should do? If you go with that, again, you'll get a very good outcome and you'll be able to resolve things easily at the beginning of the week. And then Neptune, the outer planet of dreams and intuition, it goes retrograde, so it appears to go backwards until the 7th of December this year. So the retrogrades are really important when it comes to the personal planets, Mercury, Mars, Venus, because they affect you personally, right? But the outer planets, most of them stay in retrograde for about 6 months. And the way I look at that is when the planet appears to go backwards, the energy is kind of expressed within. So with Neptune, the dream planets, it means that your intuition and your own ability to intuit the situation gets stronger. And when it's direct, I feel that that influence plays out in the world. So with Neptune now moving backwards or looking that way until pretty much the rest of the year, until the 7th of December, from now on, you'll notice that your kind of inner guidance system is going to be easier to listen to. So make sure you pay attention to that. It won't lead you down the wrong path. And then we have Mercury, the communication planet, in Cancer, and it trines Neptune in Pisces. So the communication planet in this placement as well is interested in relationships and hearing things that make you feel loved and supported. And again, like you're part of something. That's really important. It changes signs. So the communication planet then moves into Leo at 1:50 in the afternoon. And that's much more about, look at me, I'm in the spotlight, I want to sing for you, I want to entertain you, I want to lead. So it kind of goes from the domestic sphere and home life into Leo, which is much more about the public and expressing something that feels very personal or creative and sharing that with as many people as possible. So that really lifts your confidence and is going to make you much more willing and even enthusiastic about meeting new people and exploring new things. The moon also shifts sign. It goes into Gemini at 4:50 in the afternoon. So Taurus is Earth, and it's fixed Earth. This is what I want to build. This is, the Lego blocks. I want to create my own little world here. Gemini is air, and it's much more about expressing things, finding different ways forward, but using the intellect. It's much more abstract, right? So if anything tangible needs solving, needs looking at, try and look at it at the beginning of the week here, Monday, Tuesday, while the moon is still in Taurus. You'll have an easier time of it. And the moon in Gemini then trines Pluto in Aquarius, and it sextiles Mercury in Leo. So to me, this is really enthusiasm about communication and friendship and spending time. It can also be like using communication to make people laugh or to tell stories. It's kind of lyrical, and it's about ideas and the way those ideas make you feel, and ultimately trying to combine them so that everyone has a good time. It's really sociable this beginning of the week here. And Venus in Cancer also trines Saturn in Pisces. So that's a really nice underlying influence that you feel kind of confident and that you assume if you try anything new that it will work out. It's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy because you have this assumption of everything works out well. It kind of goes that way this week. So if you notice that you naturally have this sense of just ease around something that isn't guaranteed, really run with that because it's likely to work out in your favor. So on Tuesday, with all the dream and watery energy coming in, pay attention to your actual dreams. You may get a message that is timely and really important, either in problem solving or it's kind of urging you to look at a particular area of your life and to do some work there. So it could be something like, you meet someone and you kind of have a dream around what that could be like, and that then would encourage you to make that happen when you go into Tuesday here. But also, if you've been unclear about a particular relationship, especially a new one, you'll be able to make sense of it easily on this day. So this is how I interpret this relationship. We're friends, or there's the potential for love, or this is someone who I want to keep as a colleague. You'll be able to come to that conclusion yourself. So on Tuesday, socializing, public speaking, teaching, writing, they're all supported. And if you need to gather information to come to a big decision, it's also a great day to research and to find the right bits of information. On Wednesday, the 3rd of July, we have the moon still in Gemini, and now it conjuncts Jupiter in Gemini. So Jupiter is about growth and expansion, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the communication planet. So I want to use ideas and the intellect to get things solved and ticked off, but I also want to express myself in a loving, creative way, and I want to see where that leads me with other people in my life, and specifically new people. And the moon then squares Saturn in Pisces, so this ongoing sense that if I put myself out there and meet someone new, that I'm going to have a positive result. So it's the opposite of saying, if I go on dates, it's unlikely to happen anyway, because look at the last 10 dates, they didn't work either. So you have this priceless optimism that really encourages you to try again. And please do that. If you get any notion around, okay, this was a disappointment or this didn't work out, but it's still something I think about, this is the week to jump on it again and to try for a better outcome, right? And then Mercury in Leo opposes Pluto in Aquarius. To me, that's the desire to be seen and heard in the public, to innovate, to implement your own unique ideas, and even to embrace things like charities, or to raise awareness around a particular cause that you're interested in. Overall, because we have all this air energy coming in on Wednesday, if you get an offer or you have the opportunity to travel or to study a new subject or even to move house, any kind of big changes, really look at that, because again, they're likely to deliver what they promise. If you've considered any of those for a while, pay attention to opportunities you're likely to discover through exploration of nature or information, or some sort of conversation with another person that's maybe unrelated, and that you get tidbits of info that you can kind of use to plan for the winter or for the next 6 months or even 9 months. So if you're someone who likes to, have a plan of these are my next steps, and you haven't had that in a while, things have either gone off course or felt a bit vague, you're able to really create some solid structure here and to make plans for the future. On Thursday, the 4th of July, which is a holiday in the States, I think, so happy 4th of July. The moon is in Gemini and it squares Neptune in Pisces, as well as Chiron in Aries. So to me, communication and listening to your own dreams, your own intuition, there's the potential for healing on this day. So something gets better, some burden is lifted. The moon then goes into Cancer at 9:51 in the evening. That's based on my time zone. I'm in the UK, so earlier in the day if you're west of Europe. So the moon rules Cancer. It's very pleased in that placement because the heart is all about family and about closeness and giving love and receiving the love. The moon in Cancer then quincunxes Pluto and Aquarius, and that's new ideas or the solutions to your most significant relationships. So you see things start to make sense, things that have been changeable. You get to a place where, wow, now I suddenly understand what this is about. Like 2 days earlier, where it's like, I know what this person now means to me in my life, what context I can put them in. So on Thursday, you'll be able to heal your life in some way by listening to your gut, whether that's relationships or work or education. It's an opportunity to try again if you've been rejected, but ultimately to get new doors to open up for you. So if you want to collab with a company, or you have an idea for a new product, the key thing on Thursday is to allow yourself to be demanding and to say, I'm going to get something from my life today. I'm going to go to the cosmic cash point and I'm going to pull out some money, basically. So it's time for you to receive something good, but there has to be a little bit of a push and a little bit of energy behind it to make it happen really quickly. So if you find that on Thursday there's one thing particularly that you're most interested in, give that a push, or give yourself a push, as in I'm going to try again. It's very likely that you get what you want. On Friday, the 5th of July, we have a new moon in Cancer. So a new moon, I'll make a separate video on this, but it's when the sun and the moon conjunct, the moon goes pitch black. And as far as the moon is concerned, it says, okay, I've got a new 28-day cycle ahead of me. How am I going to use my energy? What seeds am I going to plant? And what am I interested in growing? So here it pulls in a lot of Cancer energy. And Cancer, again, is about relationships and the desire to feel loved and to connect. So the potential for good new relationships to come in, it just gets stronger and stronger and stronger as we go through the week. On Friday, then the moon in Cancer conjuncts the sun in Cancer. That's the new moon. But Mars in Taurus sextiles Saturn in Pisces. So that's interesting. That's like, I want to translate all this ethereal spiritual love that I feel at the moment and the ease it gives me. I want to somehow experience that also via the physical world. So it's almost like you're so connected to your own guides, your ancestors, the angels, whatever you want to call it. And the feeling is so clear, as in, hey, there's some sort of positive higher power out there that wants me to succeed. Wouldn't it be nice if I had a person or an environment that made me feel the same way? So because it's true for you spiritually, you're much more encouraged to manifest it in a practical sense, and that then gives you the courage to talk to new people or to explore and to face the unfamiliar. Again, it's the assumption that things are going to work out if I try. Venus in Cancer squares Chiron in Aries, and that's like now the final promise of the planets. They say there's the potential to really heal something and to feel better about your whole experience because something good happens this week. So on Friday with the new moon, again, I'll make a separate video to give you more info. But in this context, I think it's a respite, an opportunity to get your bearings, to make plans for the future, and to simply enjoy the people you've got in your life already. You may get another visitation via your dreams or your intuition. So if something occurs to you and it urges you to take action, please go for it, because that sense of confidence and infinite possibilities is with you. It's kind of like reaching the peak of a mountain, right? You climb for 5 hours and it's a slog. But then when you get to the top and you look all the way around, you're so glad you did the work, and you have total clarity and optimism and decisiveness because you feel like you've had a complete overview of the situation. That's what you'll kind of feel like here on Friday. On Saturday, the 6th of July, we have Venus in Cancer forming a square with Chiron in Aries. So again, the desire to heal. I want to heal my relationships. I want to heal the way I feel about my life. The Moon in Cancer then conjuncts Venus in Cancer, squares Chiron in Aries, trines Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, and it sextiles Mars and Uranus in Taurus. So that's more of the same, but with Uranus coming in, it's like even if something was a disaster in the past, I'm now so optimistic that just because it was like that before doesn't mean it needs to be like that again. So Saturday, it takes it to a level where you're just really almost brave, or it's like the sense that, you know, all these good things exist for me out there in the world. I just need to find them. So with that, Saturday is an amazing opportunity for new love and romance, spending time in nature, going on adventures, and spending time with friends and family. All of those are going to be enjoyable in their own right, but they're also likely to lead to a new connection or connections that then give you this opportunity to try again, to experience the love, and also to give love and to manifest what it is you want. So, you know, the week is really powerful in the sense of I'm so aware of all these positives internally. How can I build these in a practical sense? To me, it's like master number of the builder, 22. Okay, finally on Sunday, 7th of July, we have the moon going into Leo at 5:56 in the morning. So I want to do something that's thrilling and exciting, that fires me up. The moon in Leo conjuncts Mercury in Leo. So this is really a day to experience real passion and to have both emotional, physical, and intellectual experiences that come via other people, new places, new bits of information. And the moon in Leo opposes Pluto in Aquarius and sextiles Jupiter in Gemini. So that's interesting, because should I remain teachable and listen, or is it time for me to be the star and to make my own contribution and to simply enjoy myself? I think because the moon is so sensitive and Pluto is this huge outer planet, the opposition of that, I think you're going to try and keep it simple on Sunday, or it'll be easier to just enjoy pleasant, positive moments rather than to say, oh, I want to study everything. So action and simplicity and fun much more than the big picture on Sunday. And what's on top of that, I think on Sunday, this desire just to have a good time, you may receive some exciting news on Sunday. And the irony is that that can present a completely new path in life. So paying attention to new ideas is kind of This is the only day of the week where it's kind of important to pay attention a little bit, because by having a good time and exploring, these exciting news are going to come in. But then once you have the good news, it's important to do something with it, or to look at it at the very least. So it's important to kind of balance things on Sunday. But if you do get good news, anything that's exciting but also a little scary at the same time, that's the one to pay attention to, because pursuing that is likely to change your life drastically in a good way. Okay, so that's what I get for each day. Each sign of the zodiac now. Aries, for you, you'll find that it's pretty impossible for you to misspeak this week or to get it wrong when it comes to your relationships. If you have any opportunity to spend some of your free time with loved ones this week, please do. You'll have a wonderful time. And it's also likely that you'll meet someone new and amazing, or that you'll be able to manifest one of your hopes and dreams, something that you want to create in the world. Taurus, you're in a really good position to lead and to present this week. You come across as certain and energized, and you can give any project or relationship or any issue in your life that final push to clear it once and for all and to get moving again. So look at the logistics of things, see where you can take a hand in things to improve them and how you can get organized. You're likely to get a lot done and to be very prolific. Gemini, for you, it's really about specific understanding. If you've been unclear, about your life purpose, specifically as it relates to your work, right, your job, you're going to receive a very clear answer as to what that could be Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So really pay attention to that. And then later on in the week, during the new moon in Cancer, that then shows you how to manifest it for real. So you get the information, the what, from Monday to Wednesday, and then the how, the action steps, Thursday to Sunday. Cancer, for you, it's very unlikely that you'll be under a lot of pressure this week. So for you, it's an opportunity to open up to other people and to enjoy the finer things in life and to take a bit of time off if possible. You're not going to feel like, oh, I have to work to make sure everything is sorted. There's no urgency or kind of pressure here. If you have the opportunity to spend time with other people, please pursue that, because the week then is going to feel like a bit of a holiday or a celebration of life. It's kind of got music festival vibes for you, Cancer. You know, where you can sit around with people you care about and just chat and laugh and have a good time. Leo, if you get the offer or opportunity to speak at work or to spearhead a cause, you know, to be the representative of that idea, or to launch a service or a product, please take that opportunity this week. Any work that you do in the public sphere, that's going to be massively supported for you. So anything where you have to present yourself or you have to convince strangers that your idea is a good one and worth listening to, it'll be easy for you to get the attention and to make some noise about your subject, your project, and that will help it to succeed. So any opportunities for press, publicity, eyes on what you're doing is going to work out nicely. Virgo, you may be brimming with ideas this week. Give yourself some time, if you can, to process all your different ideas so that you can digest them and everything that's happened to you over the last 2 weeks. You'll have made a lot of progress. And the assessment of things, like if you look around your life and say, this is good, this is not so good, you'll be very empowered and on point about the way you feel about circumstances now, so that you can trust your own decision-making process. You can make big changes and you won't regret them in the future, because you're so certain in this moment and you can trust this moment. So it's kind of like you're being given a compass to life. And for you, this is a week where life can be so easy that if you apply your kind of, if you look at things critically and say, what do I want to change? If anything does occur to you and then you make the change, it's pretty much guaranteed that that will be an upgrade. It will be an improvement. Libra, You may feel pushed and pulled in different directions this week, and you may have a sense of information overload. The areas that will be easiest for you this week to navigate are career, education, and travel. If you find that you become distracted by putting your own needs to the side, and instead you start taking care of other people because that feels easier, then you may be missing the solution to an ongoing problem. So for you, Libra, it's really important that you don't just put yourself on the back burner and put other people first. You have the opportunity to really problem solve here in a significant way, so make sure you pay attention to that. Scorpio, you may receive very helpful information or guidance via your intuition. If you notice any suggestions that it's time to go and to explore and to move ahead, do that as quickly as possible without indecisiveness. You can trust that you're being guided in a positive and good direction, so there's no need for you to do all the research or to ho-hum about things. It's safe for you to jump into action, and if something looks like a genuine opportunity, it likely is a genuine opportunity. Sagittarius, if you're in talks to work as a team or as a group, and you've made a proposal or you've presented your business plan and you haven't heard back on any kind of formalities like that, make sure you get on the phone or you reach out in some way to chase up the answer, because that's going to ensure that your suggestion or your application isn't going to be overlooked, but instead it's going to be actioned in the way you intended by keeping on top of it and not just assuming that, oh, you know, they're working on it, they'll get back to me when they can. For you, it's a really good idea to be a little pushy this week to get things moving. Capricorn, you may be much more interested in your personal life this week than in your working life. There's plenty of opportunity to create wonderful memories and to experience the love between you and other people. So it's warranted, because you can have all these fabulous experiences. If you have the luxury of taking some time off, please do that this week and then spend as much time as you can with friends and family. It will be a good time in itself, again, similar to another sign, but also it's going to lead to unexpected new connections that you may not have bargained on. Aquarius, you're likely to experience some healing in one or more of your relationships this week. It's a good opportunity for you to say your piece and to have it come out exactly the way you intended, so that the other person can hear where you're coming from. If you need to reconcile or if you need to have a discussion to create clarity, it's the perfect week to do that. So anyone where you're not on the same page, have a chat and it's likely to be resolved very quickly. And Pisces, for you, it's a great opportunity this week to enjoy yourself in your relationships, but also to relax and to unwind. So similarly to Cancer, for you, it's unlikely that you're going to be under a lot of financial pressure this week. And you may even hear good news about your savings or your income. If you have the experience that you're not being pressured via your bills and work and things, then you have the opportunity here to focus on your most significant relationships and again to create wonderful memories. And to spend time with people and to go visit different places. But it's really like, you know, taking a Polaroid and on this day, you know, moving forward, that's when we did this and it was a good time and we all remember. So as you can see, it looks like a fabulous week. I hope this gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via the website. Also, if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, please. And hit subscribe if you want to see more videos. In my personal readings, though, I use astrology, the tarot, numerology, as well as my intuition. And to draw up your birth chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then please order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where you send me 10 or more life events, significant life events, and then I can manually work out your time of birth. And then once I have your chart, it's like a snapshot. Well, it is a snapshot of this guy at the moment you were born, and it tells me a great deal about you. So if you're trying to discover your life purpose or to see what's destined for you in travel, education, love, finance, relationships, or even if you're considering an event in future and you want to see when the best times are to plan that, or what the best locations are in the world for you to move to, I can look at any of that as well. So if you have any questions, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. Watch this space for the video on the new moon in Cancer. I'll make that over the next few days. Have a wonderful week. Check out some of the other videos like that new moon, but also I do a daily tarot reading on this channel. If you want to watch that, please become a member of the channel. That would be great. Have a fabulous week, and I'll speak to you next week. All the best.